So, that was quite unexpected. Apparently, the rain, because it actually rained a lot yesterday, got so incredibly bad that holidays ended up getting canceled, apparently. And from what I hear, that's the first time I think it's ever happened. Which I guess it makes sense, when it's bad weather, you want to stay safe. And also, I need to make a correction from yesterday. Sparkle in Market Street is next week, whereas this weekend was the Parade of Lights. In my defense, they both take place on Market Street. They're both very festive, and, of course, parking is a complete nightmare. Happy Sunday, everybody! So, yeah. Last night was fun, went to, church and had a nice dinner out with, my folks. We'll be heading up there a little bit later so we can re-celebrate Thanksgiving and both my mother and my sister-in-law's birthday, but I'll get into that a little bit later. But you don't want to hear about that. You want to hear about what's going on today. Well, it's Sunday. It's during football season. I gotta do my traditional weekly Sunday picks, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to like doing a lot. Although I do have to get into one thing. I'm completely blown away that Ohio State destroyed Michigan. I mean, I was convinced that Michigan was finally going to have the good enough defense to beat Alabama. But I guess we'll have to see if Ohio State can make the top four so they can take on Alabama. Good old-fashioned red versus red. I like that. But, yeah. So, let's see. I don't have to do as many picks today because there were 3 games on Thursday, which I would like to take an opportunity to apologize to any Bears fans. I completely forgot. I mean, I had no idea that the Lions were playing the Bears. Because honestly, I've been picking the Bears to win pretty much every single game they've played in all year. But, I mean, it's Thanksgiving. Both the Lions and the Cowboys traditionally play on Thanksgiving. It's just sort of a good idea just to root for the teams that traditionally play. And even though I was wrong, I'm so glad I picked the Lions. Because the Lions actually almost won. I mean, a division game, that's already going to create a lot of animosity between teams anyway. So, there you go. Well, let's see. So I was wrong about the Lions-Bears game. I mean, then again, I have the Bears winning that entire division, so in a way I'm not entirely surprised I was wrong about that. Speaking of things that I wasn't wrong about, or not surprised I was not being surprised at anything, the Saints beating the Falcons, I knew that was going to happen right away. And, what else happened on Thursday? That's at my tongue. Oh, yeah, right. The Cowboys won, and they're now the team to beat in the NFC East. Go Cowboys! Man, thanks. Thursday was a really good day overall, I have to say. So, yeah. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, I suppose. Now let's see who else is playing today, and let's see what else I'm going to be right about. So, let's see, the Giants and the Eagles. Well, you guys know I absolutely abhor the Eagles. And while I'm not a fan of the Giants, I do consider the Giants to be the lesser of the evils in my division. Yes, I am a beloved Cowboys fan of, Cowboys division. So, yeah. I'm picking the Giants over the Eagles, especially since this is a division game. The Giants are really starting to come to their own. And, yeah. So, as Carl from Mac Between Hunger Force would say, the Big Blue Wrecking Crew. Or the New York Football Giants. Seriously, though, I can never do these picks as good as Carl from Mac Between Hunger Force. I will admit that. But I'll be darned if I don't at least try. So, there we go. Picking the Giants over the Eagles. That's actually one I hope I'm right about, because I loathe the Eagles entirely. Let's see. See, the Jaguars and the Bills. Well, I'm from upstate New York. You all know that. And a lot of people in this area are Bills fans. Not to mention, the Jaguars have been, well, they've been completely not very good. So, I wanted to say something bad about them, but I don't want to do that. Because I do care about the children, ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, the Bills really haven't been that good either. But my point is, I'm picking the Bills over the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, in honor of the wonderful people in my area who are Bills fans, I have no choice but to say, let's go Buffalo. Let's see, the Seahawks and the Panthers. Ooh, that's actually a good one. Russell Wilson and Cam Newton actually kind of have a, not an intense rivalry, but, kind of a friendly one. They have a mutual respect for each other. And, it's going to be a good game overall. But I don't really care much for Cam Newton. And I do have an uncle who is a Seahawks fan, an uncle who is a Seahawks fan, but I'll get into more on that a little bit later. Even though it's going to be something I already said before. But the point is, I think I'll pick the Seahawks to win over the Panthers. This is actually really important. That's actually a really important game because, whoever loses in the Seahawks-Panthers game will no longer be in the running for the wild card slot. So, yeah. Let's hope I'm right about the Seahawks. And I actually do like Russell Wilson. I really do. Russell Wilson's from Wisconsin, or as he likes to say, a whole pack of Badgers. So, yeah. So, Seahawks over the Panthers. Let's see, the Raiders over the Ravens. Well, John Gruden completely and utterly destroyed his Raiders from the inside out, getting rid of Khalil Mack to the Bears and Amari Cooper for the Cowboys, which, thank you for that, because Amari Cooper was awesome on Thanksgiving, by the way. And I have the Ravens picking their division, winning their division, which I think they're capable of doing so still. It'll be tough, but I think they will. So, yeah, I'm picking the Baltimore Ravens over the Oakland Raiders. Seriously, if I wasn't careful about how I pronounced both words, they would have sounded exactly alike. So, make sure I'm careful with that. Let's see, the 49ers and the Buccaneers. Well, I'm pretty sure neither one is really in any hunt for any sort of wild card position. Both teams aren't very good. They both kind of been in a relative slump. You know what? I think I'm just going to go with the team I haven't picked in a while. So, actually, have I picked the 49ers at all? I don't know who I picked more, but I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win. I really think Tampa Bay is going to get out of the slump that they're in and be able to, let me just see if there we go. And, Tampa Bay over the 49ers. Sorry. I feel like I hate that feeling like you're about to sneeze, but you don't. And that's kind of what I had just there. So, the Browns over the Bengals. Ooh. This is actually a really big game because in the beginning of the season, Hugh Jackson used to coach for the Cleveland Browns. And the last 2 years, he coached the Cleveland Browns to 1-15 and 0-16. So, his days are numbered by that point. And I think what ultimately did him in was the fact that he made Baker Mayfield the backup when, if he had started, the Browns probably would have had a better season overall at that point. So now, Hugh Jackson is a special advisor for one of the coaches on the Bengals. So yeah, Hugh Jackson is going after his old team. Although I do there was one interview I saw Baker Mayfield in, where someone asked him, how do you feel, are you worried about Hugh Jackson and what he'll bring to the Bengals that you have to play against or whatever? And then Baker Mayfield's like, no. Just no. Yeah, if that's not extreme animosity or anger toward your former coach, I don't know what is. So, yeah, I'm picking the Browns over the Bengals. Because the Browns, they do have a ways to go, but they're slowly creeping up into one of the great teams of old. And I think they'll do that in the coming years. And I think it may very well start now. So I'm picking the Browns over the Bengals. Let's see. The New York Jets versus the New York Jets versus New England Patriots. Do I even need to talk about this one? Of course I predict the Patriots to win. It's the Patriots. It's Tom Brady. Do I even need to say any more? Let's see. The Cardinals against the Los Angeles Chargers. Yeah, the Chargers have been on fire lately. The Cardinals really aren't going to do anything great. I'm picking the Chargers to win that one. Let's see. The Steelers and the Broncos. Oh, speaking of teams that have been on fire lately, I'm not really that much of a Steelers fan, especially since they took away 2 Super Bowls from my beloved Cowboys. Although we did get one of them back, the score is still 2-1, which still angers me to this day. So, yeah, even though the Broncos are slowly starting to get a little better, they're not going to beat the Steelers. They're on fire right now. I'm picking the Steelers over the Broncos. See, the Dolphins and the Colts. Let's see. I really haven't shown much favoritism for the Colts at all this year. And funny enough, I actually do have a friend of mine who has the same birthday as I do, who lives in Rochester right now, and is a Dolphins fan, as well as one of my former football captains from Horseheads High School, who's also a Dolphins fan. So, you know what? I'm picking the Dolphins over the Colts. I really think that's what's going to happen. Let's see. The Packers and the Vikings. That's tonight's game. Well, the first game ended in a tie, and I'm not really a big fan of the Packers. Although I do like Mike Daniels on the Packers, the defensive tackle. He's awesome, and he's a fellow fan of Dragon Ball Z. How can that be a bad thing? But I don't really care much for Aaron Rodgers. Meanwhile, on the Vikings, I like Kirk Cousins. I like Adam Thielen. I like Stephon Diggs. And interesting fact, I alluded to this earlier, but my uncle, who's a Seahawks fan, up until he was 6, actually was a Vikings fan. In fact, he was actually there when they invented the song Big Bad Purple People Eaters. But, when the Seahawks came around when he was 6 years old, he gave him an opportunity to like something new, and he's been a Seahawks fan ever since. But he still likes the Vikings to some degree. Long story short, I'm going to be picking the Vikings over the Packers, because I really think the Vikings are going to get the wild card slot. One of them, anyway. And that just leaves tomorrow night's game, which is the Titans and the Texans. You know what? I'm still mad at both teams for beating me. And even though the Texans are in first place right now, it's a division game. So, you know what? I think the Titans are going to surprise everybody. I really do. Because, I like Marcus Mariota. I'll never understand why people thought Jameis Winston was better than Marcus Mariota. He wasn't. I'm going to go with Marcus Mariota all the way. One of my all-time favorite fictional characters is Super Mario, and when you go by an epithet of Super Mariota, you already won me over. So, yeah. As of right now, my picks are as follows. The Giants, the Bills, the Seahawks, the Ravens, the Buccaneers, the Browns, the Patriots, the Chargers, the Steelers, the Dolphins, the Vikings, and tomorrow night I'm picking the Titans. So those are my picks, and now if you excuse me, I have to prepare for going to my folks' place. I'm going to be getting myself a nice turkey dinner, and we're going to be celebrating my mother and my sister-in-law's birthday, which I probably shouldn't do this, seeing as how she is going to be visiting, and she may very well be watching this video. But I guess I could probably show you what I got my sister-in-law for her birthday. I love my sister-in-law that much, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. I'm trying to get it out of my drawer here. Hold on. Probably should have had this, hold on a second. Hold on. Probably should have had this in the beginning, but, hold on. Hold on. There we go. Let's see. Hold this steady right here. Okay. So yeah, I got some coals yesterday for my sister-in-law. If I could get it open. There we go. Yep. That's why I got her. Can't wait to give it to her later. And I have a nice car to go with it too. So, yeah. I'm a family man first, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ever forget that. So, yeah, I should probably get my day started. So, like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I could really use support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. As always, I'm very humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I am hopefully you'll have a wonderful Sunday. You're ready to watch some football. I'm ready to watch some football. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. And I'll always most certainly have your back. So, take care, everybody.